This is the FIFINE SC3 Mixer, and for 50 bucks, this thing absolutely slaps, especially if you're interested in having multiple audio inputs and outputs. They also provided me a boom arm to take a look at. So in today's video, we are going to be reviewing the FIFINE Mixer and boom arm. Let's get into it. To kick things off, let's focus on the boom arm, as it stands out as a simple yet essential accessory for anyone with a microphone. Owning a boom arm allows you to position the microphone in the right spot for optimal audio control. And for people that game a lot, it lifts your microphone off the desk. It's a good investment to improve your audio quality. Now, on to the unboxing of the boom arm. Upon opening the box, you find the small cardboard box, including the boom arm tip for connecting it to your microphone, and the boom arm clamp. And beneath that, the solid metal boom arm itself. The build quality is robust. They've also included a small Allen key for adjusting the movable areas. The boom arm features ways to hide your wires along the lengths of it, and they're covered with convenient plastic sleeves. They look great and effectively tidy up your setup as well. Shifting our attention over to the mixer. Unpacking reviews the mixer itself, a USB Type-C cable with two different connections on one end for a USB Type-C or Type-A, and a 3.5mm jack. The mixer boasts a plastic build quality, but the sliders provide a very satisfying feel, and the rubber buttons are tactile. On the backside, you'll find an XLR connection, a dedicated headset connection specifically for your microphone on your headset, allowing you to adjust your headphone microphone just like a normal mic. A line in and headphone port for your personal headphones, a line out for external audio devices like speakers, and finally the OTG/PC port for connecting it to your computer, providing power to the mixer. So moving on to the setup process of the mixer. The microphone I'm going to be using in this video is going to be the FIFINE AM8. This is an XLR microphone and a USB Type-C microphone, so I figured it would be a good choice to use with the mixer. Now, getting into the setup of the mixer. First, you want to connect your microphone to the mixer. In my case, I'm using an XLR cable and running it through the FIFINE boom arm. Funny enough, the boom arm is connected to a shelf in my room instead of my desk because my desk is made out of glass, and glass is a pain in the butt to try to connect one of these boom arms to, and I'm afraid it might break. So I clipped it on a shelf right above my setup, and then I have my XLR cable running through the boom arm. If you want audio coming into your mixer from a different source, in my case, I'm going to be using my Android tablet to play some music going into the mixer. This allows you to adjust the volume from your Android tablet using the mixer. Then I have the mixer plugged into my PC, and for me it shows up just as a mixer. The last thing is my headphones plugged into the headphone port on the back of the mixer. Also on the back of the mixer, there's a little switch next to the XLR connection where you can switch it from condenser to dynamic. I have a dynamic microphone, so that's the one I'm going to be using. Now that we have it set up, let's dive into the features of the mixer. I'll start off with the sliders. The first slider on the left-hand side is for your mic input. This lets you change your volume coming from your microphone on the fly. If it's too loud, you can turn yourself down by sliding it down, and if you want to be louder, you can just slide it up and it increases the volume. The next one is for the incoming audio, the audio coming from my Android tablet. The following slider is for your headset volume, and the final one on the right is for your outgoing audio, which is your speakers or any external audio devices. Moving on, let me explain what these buttons do. Starting on the top right, this is the RGB button. It allows you to change the colors of the mixer with plenty of custom RGB settings to explore. For me, I just left it on the normal rainbow one. Moving on to the button below, that is change voice. This is a voice modifier that alters your voice. There are options like man, female, robot, monster, baby, and elder. In my opinion, the elder sounds the funniest. The robot sounds like a poor kid's mic in Black Ops 2, and the monster sounds like a Kinect from an Xbox 360. They are pretty funny to use, and I got some enjoyment out of them while playing games. And then you have 4 custom buttons, A, B, C, and D. These are for custom voice commands. When you hold down a custom button and say something, it records that input. So when you tap it, you will hear the voice saying that phrase. The quality is downscaled quite a bit, and you need to record these voice commands every time you turn off your computer or disconnect it from your computer. It's amusing, but I don't really see a purpose of using them. Looking at the bottom buttons below your sliders, these are the mute buttons for all your sliders. You can intermittently mute each channel. If you want to mute your mic channel, hit the one on the left, and if you want to mute your headphones, hit the one on the right. Pretty self-explanatory, and they work well. Finally, on the left hand side of the mixer, these are our last 2 buttons. The 48-watt button is something we don't really want to mess with, as it could damage your microphone if you're using the wrong type. For this video, I'm going to stay away from it, but let's look at the electronic button. This is basically autotune. There are 12 presets you can go through, and all 12 of them sound a little different, but they are just autotune. But it's pretty cool to have autotune on a mixer. It's pretty funny. That being said, let's move on to my opinion of the mixer and the boom arm. I'm going to start off with the boom arm. It boasts a good build quality, and overall it's a really nice boom arm. I appreciate how it hides its wires, and for its $60 price tag, it's pretty solid. Do I recommend this boom arm? Absolutely. I think this is a solid purchase. Moving on to the mixer, I have some complaints, but overall it's pretty solid. For 50 bucks, this thing is impressive. It delivers on its advertised features, and the build quality is decent. My one complaint is about the audio channels aren't separate. When you plug it into your computer, only one audio channel is visible. If this could be separate, or if there was more options on the software side, it would greatly improve the experience. However, considering it's 50 bucks, the product, you can't really complain. The custom buttons can be a bit annoying, but I understand their purpose. They allow you to create custom sounds, which is great for streamers. However, as a gamer, using them to play back sounds you said may not be that practical. These are my main complaints, but otherwise, the mixer is fantastic. It works well, it looks great, it feels great. There is no software to install, so it is a plug and play device, and that is fantastic. With that said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you find this interesting, please leave a comment if I missed anything. Additionally, I'm going to provide links to a couple of videos that help showcase the sound effects of the mixer, and those videos will be in the description below. That being said, have a good one.